In a world where digital noise often overshadows meaningful innovation, Pi Network emerges as a silent tsunami, a coded wave that is building momentum beneath the surface, preparing to redefine the financial landscape without the noise and hype that usually accompanies emerging technologies. The world may one day call it destiny, but for those who have been part of this journey, it has always been Pi. Are you wondering if Pi Network is really the silent tsunami that could change your financial future? Do you want to know why millions of people around the world are mining Pi every single day on their phones? And most importantly, are you curious about whether Pi Network could actually make you money in the future? Well, today I'm going to answer all of your most pressing questions about Pi Network. I'll reveal why this project is being called the Silent Tsunami and why it might be building the foundation for a completely new financial system. Plus, I'll share some exciting updates that could change everything for Pi Network in the coming months. But here's the thing, what I'm about to tell you might surprise you. While everyone else is chasing quick crypto gains and flashy new tokens, Pi Network has been quietly building something much bigger. Something that could democratize wealth creation for billions of people worldwide. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Pi Network is different from every other cryptocurrency project out there. And I promise you, the information I'm sharing today could help you make one of the most important decisions of your financial life. If you're interested in this video and want to learn more about Pi Network, make sure to hit that like button right now. And in the comments below, write Pi Network to the moon, along with your country name and flag emoji. I love seeing where all my viewers are from around the world. Let me start with a question that might blow your mind. What if I told you that while you're watching this video, over 50 million people around the world are participating in what could be the largest financial experiment in human history? And what if I told you that all they need is a smartphone? This is exactly what's happening with Pi Network right now. But here's what makes this story so incredible. It's not making headlines on major news channels. It's not being promoted by celebrity influencers. It's happening quietly, like a tsunami building strength beneath the surface of the ocean. You see, most cryptocurrency projects follow the same pattern. They launch with huge marketing campaigns, celebrity endorsements, and promises of instant wealth. They create massive hype, prices shoot up overnight, and then they crash just as quickly. Pi Network chose a completely different path. Instead of focusing on hype and quick profits, they decided to build something sustainable. Something that could actually change how billions of people interact with money. Think about it this way. When you hear about a tsunami, you don't see it coming until it's already powerful enough to change everything in its path. That's exactly what Pi Network is doing in the cryptocurrency world. Here's where things get really interesting. Traditional cryptocurrency mining requires expensive computer equipment, consumes massive amounts of electricity, and is only accessible to people with technical knowledge and lots of money. Pi Network completely flipped this model upside down. They created a way for anyone, and I mean anyone, to mine cryptocurrency using just their smartphone. No expensive equipment, no high electricity bills, no technical expertise required. But wait, there's more. The Pi Network team didn't just want to create another digital currency. They wanted to build an entire ecosystem where people could actually use Pi for real-world transactions. They're calling it the Hidden Piverse, a complete digital economy where Pi isn't just stored, but actively used for commerce, education, and services. The ARC314. Philosophy, a new way of thinking about wealth. Now, here's something that most people don't understand about Pi Network. They have something called the ARC314 philosophy. This isn't just a fancy name. It represents a completely new way of thinking about how wealth should be created and distributed. In traditional financial systems, wealth tends to concentrate in the hands of a few people. The rich get richer, while everyone else struggles to keep up. Pi Network's ARC314 philosophy says that's wrong. Instead, they believe that wealth should be distributed based on how much you contribute to the network. This means that the person who mines Pi every day, engages with the community, and helps build the ecosystem is rewarded more than someone who just holds tokens and does nothing. It's revolutionary because it values participation over possession. But here's what really makes Pi Network special. It's the community. Right now, there are millions of people from every country in the world who are mining Pi every single day. They're not doing it because they're promised quick riches. They're doing it because they believe in the vision of financial democratization. I've seen communities from Africa using Pi for local trade. I've seen students in Asia learning about blockchain technology through Pi Network. I've seen entrepreneurs in South America building applications on the Pi ecosystem. This isn't just about making money, it's about creating opportunities for people who have been left out of the traditional financial system. Now, let me share some exciting news that you might not have heard about yet. Pi Network has been making significant progress toward launching their open mainnet. This is huge because it means Pi tokens could soon be tradable on major exchanges. They've been implementing Know Your Customer (KYC) processes to ensure regulatory compliance. They've been optimizing their node network for better performance. They've been working with developers to create more applications for the Pi ecosystem. But here's the most exciting part. They're doing all of this without the typical cryptocurrency hype. While other projects are focused on marketing and price speculation, Pi Network is focused on building real utility and value. So, what does all of this mean for you? Well, if Pi Network succeeds in their vision, we could be looking at a completely new type of financial system. One where your smartphone becomes your bank, your investment portfolio, and your gateway to global commerce. Imagine being able to send money to anyone in the world instantly without paying high fees to banks or money transfer services. Imagine being able to earn cryptocurrency just by participating in a network that values your contributions. Imagine having access to financial services that don't discriminate based on your location, your background, or your current wealth. This is the future that Pi Network is building. And the best part? You can be part of it right now, today, just by downloading the Pi app and starting to mine. Here's something important to understand. We're still in the early stages of this revolution. Pi Network is still in what they call the silent build-up phase. This means that the people who join now, who understand the vision, and who actively participate in the community are the ones who will benefit most when the network fully launches. Think about the people who bought Bitcoin when it was just a few dollars. Think about the people who joined Amazon when it was just selling books. They weren't necessarily smarter than everyone else, they just recognized potential before it became obvious to everyone. Pi Network might be giving us a similar opportunity right now. The difference is that you don't need thousands of dollars to participate. You just need a smartphone and a few minutes each day. But let me tell you something that's even more important than the potential financial gains. Pi Network represents something bigger than just another way to make money. It represents a chance to be part of building a more fair and inclusive financial system. When you mine Pi, you're not just accumulating tokens. You're contributing to a network that could provide financial services to billions of people who are currently excluded from the traditional banking system. You're helping to create a world where your financial opportunities aren't limited by where you were born or how much money your parents had. This is why Pi Network calls itself a destiny rather than just a cryptocurrency project. They're not just trying to create wealth, they're trying to create a better world. So, what can you do right now to be part of this silent tsunami? First, if you haven't already, download the Pi Network app and start mining. It's completely free and it only takes a few seconds each day. Second, learn about the technology and the vision. Understanding what Pi Network is trying to achieve will help you make better decisions about your participation. Third, engage with the community. Join discussions, ask questions, and connect with other pioneers from around the world. The strength of Pi Network comes from its community, and the more you participate, the more you'll benefit. And finally, be patient. Remember, this is a silent tsunami. It's building strength beneath the surface. The people who understand this and stick with it through the quiet phase are the ones who will be in the best position when the wave finally breaks. You see, while you've been focused on how many Pi coins you have in your wallet, the smart money has been focused on something else entirely. They're building businesses, creating applications, and positioning themselves to capture the real value when Pi Network launches. Here's a number that should blow your mind. Pi Network has over 100 million downloads. That's not just a number, that's bigger than the population of most countries. But here's what's even more impressive. 19 million of these users are KYC verified, meaning they're real people ready to use Pi for real transactions. But here's the question nobody's asking. What happens when 100 million people suddenly have access to a cryptocurrency that they can actually use? What happens when these aren't just speculators, but real people who want to buy, sell, and trade using Pi? The answer is simple. Whoever is ready to serve these 100 million users will capture the most value. And that's exactly what the whales are preparing for right now. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. While everyone's been focused on mining Pi on their phones, something revolutionary has been happening in the background. Artificial intelligence tools have completely changed the game for building businesses and applications. You no longer need to be a programmer to create an app that accepts Pi payments. You no longer need years of experience to build an e-commerce store that serves Pi users. Thanks to AI, anyone can build within the Pi ecosystem. And that's exactly what the smart pioneers are doing right now. Think about it. If you could build an app that serves even 1% of Pi Network's 100 million users, what would that be worth? If you could create a service that just 100,000 Pi users love, how much Pi would flow through your business? Let me break this down for you. There are 3 types of Pi pioneers, and which one you are will determine your success. Type 1. The waiters. These are the pioneers who just mine Pi every day and wait. They think success comes from having the most Pi coins. They're waiting for Pi to be listed on exchanges so they can sell. These pioneers will likely sell their Pi for pennies when it launches. Type 2. The doubters. These pioneers have given up. They think Pi is a scam because it's taking too long. They've stopped mining and are spreading negative energy. These pioneers will regret their decision later. Type 3. The builders. These are the pioneers who understand the real opportunity. They're not just mining, they're building. They're creating businesses, apps, and services that will use Pi. These pioneers will become the new wealthy class in the Pi ecosystem. Which type are you? More importantly, which type do you want to be? Here's something most people don't understand. Pi Network is preparing for something called Open Mainnet. This isn't just a technical upgrade, it's the moment when Pi becomes a real, functional cryptocurrency that can be used for actual transactions. But here's the critical part. When Open Mainnet launches, it's not going to be empty. It's going to be filled with businesses, applications, and services that are already built and ready to serve Pi users. The pioneers who are building now will have a massive first-mover advantage. They'll have established customer bases, proven business models, and brand recognition within the Pi ecosystem. Meanwhile, the pioneers who are just holding will be starting from zero. Let me share something that might shock you. The value of Pi won't come from speculation or exchange listings. It will come from utility, from real businesses using Pi for real transactions. Imagine this scenario. You build a simple service that helps Pi users trade digital products. Every transaction uses Pi. Every day, hundreds of Pi users come to your platform. Every month, thousands of Pi coins flow through your business. Even if Pi starts at a low price, your business is generating real value and real income. Now multiply this by thousands of businesses and services across the Pi ecosystem. This is how real value is created, through use, not speculation. Here's something that excites me about Pi Network. It's not just about creating another cryptocurrency. It's about creating economic opportunities for people all around the world. In countries where traditional banking is limited, Pi Network is creating opportunities for people to participate in the digital economy. In regions where starting a business is difficult, Pi Network is providing tools and a ready-made customer base. The pioneers who understand this global impact and build solutions for these underserved markets will not only make money, they'll make a difference. The time-sensitive opportunity. Here's the urgent truth. The window for becoming a builder in the Pi ecosystem is closing. Right now, while most pioneers are just holding and waiting, you have the opportunity to build something valuable with relatively little competition. But once Open Mainnet launches and everyone realizes the real opportunity, the competition will be fierce. The pioneers who start building now will have established positions that will be very difficult to challenge later. So, what should you do right now? Here's your detailed step-by-step action plan that could change your Pi journey forever. Step 1. Change your mindset, the foundation of success. This is the most important step, and most pioneers skip it. Stop thinking like a holder and start thinking like a builder. Your PiCoins are not just an investment sitting in your wallet, they're the foundation of a business ecosystem waiting to be built. Ask yourself this question. What if Pi becomes worth $1 tomorrow? Would you rather have 1,000 PiCoins to sell, or would you rather have a business that processes 10,000 Pi transactions every month? The business owner will always win in the long run. Start reading business books, watch entrepreneur videos, and think about problems you can solve. Your mining habit gave you Pi coins, but your building habit will give you Pi wealth. Step 2. Identify your opportunity. Market research made simple. Here's where most people get overwhelmed, but it's actually simple. Look at the 100 million Pi users and ask 3 basic questions. What do they need? What problems do they have? What services are missing? Start with problems you personally face as a Pi pioneer. Are you looking for ways to spend Pi? Do you want to trade Pi for goods or services? Are you confused about technical aspects of Pi Network? If you have these problems, thousands of other pioneers probably have them too. Research online Pi communities, join Pi Network forums, Telegram groups, and Facebook communities. Read the comments and complaints. Write down every problem you see mentioned repeatedly. These problems are your business opportunities. Look at successful businesses in the regular economy and ask, how could this work with Pi? Could you create a Pi-based freelance platform? A Pi marketplace for digital products? A Pi education service? The possibilities are endless. Step 3. Start building from idea to reality. This is where the magic happens, and thanks to AI tools, you don't need to be a programmer anymore. Here's your building roadmap. First, choose one simple idea and focus on it completely. Don't try to build 10 different things. Pick one problem that you can solve better than anyone else. Use AI tools like ChatGPT to help you plan your business. Ask it to create a business plan, help you design a website, or even write code for simple applications. These tools can do in minutes what used to take programmers weeks. Start with the simplest version possible. If you want to build a Pi marketplace, start with a simple website where people can list items for sale. If you want to create a Pi education service, start with a basic blog or YouTube channel. Don't wait for perfection. Launch your service as soon as it works, even if it's basic. You can improve it based on user feedback. The pioneers who launch early will build the strongest communities. Step 4. Build your community, your success network. Your community is your biggest asset. Here's how to build it strategically. Connect with other Pi pioneers who share your vision. Join Pi Network Discord servers, Telegram groups, and Reddit communities. Don't just lurk, actively participate and help others. Share your building journey openly. Post updates about your progress, ask for feedback, and celebrate small wins. People love supporting pioneers who are actually building something. Create content around your business. Start a blog, make videos, or post on social media about your Pi building experience. This attracts like-minded pioneers who might become customers or partners. Collaborate with other builders. Instead of competing, find ways to work together. Maybe you can cross-promote each other's services or create partnership deals. Build relationships with Pi Network influencers and content creators. They can help amplify your message when you're ready to launch. Use AI tools like ChatGPT to help you plan your business. Ask it to create a business plan, help you design a website, or even write code for simple applications. These tools can do in minutes what used to take programmers weeks. Start with the simplest version possible. If you want to build a Pi marketplace, start with a simple website where people can list items for sale. If you want to create a Pi education service, start with a basic blog or YouTube channel. Don't wait for perfection. Launch your service as soon as it works, even if it's basic. You can improve it based on user feedback. The pioneers who launch early will build the strongest communities. Step 4. Build your community, your success network. Your community is your biggest asset. Here's how to build it strategically. Connect with other Pi pioneers who share your vision. Join Pi Network Discord servers, Telegram groups, and Reddit communities. Don't just lurk, actively participate and help others. Share your building journey openly. Post updates about your progress, ask for feedback, and celebrate small wins. People love supporting pioneers who are actually building something. Create content around your business. Start a blog, make videos, or post on social media about your Pi building experience. This attracts like-minded pioneers who might become customers or partners. Collaborate with other builders. Instead of competing, find ways to work together. Maybe you can cross-promote each other's services or create partnership deals. Build relationships with Pi Network influencers and content creators. They can help amplify your message when you're ready to launch. Here's something beautiful about building in the Pi ecosystem. Success compounds. Every satisfied customer becomes a referral source. Every successful transaction builds trust in your brand. Every problem you solve makes your business more valuable. The pioneers who start building now will benefit from years of compound growth by the time most people realize what's happening. Let me put this in perspective. Pi Network isn't just another cryptocurrency project. With 100 million users, it's potentially the largest cryptocurrency adoption event in history. And it's happening right now, while most of the world isn't paying attention. The pioneers who position themselves correctly won't just benefit financially. They'll be part of a movement that could reshape how people think about money, business, and economic opportunity. Here's the final truth that the whales don't want you to know. Pi Network's success doesn't depend on exchange listings or price speculation. It depends on pioneers like you building real value within the ecosystem. The whales are betting that most pioneers will just hold and wait while they build the businesses that will capture the real value. They're betting that you won't realize your true opportunity until it's too late. But now you know the truth. Now you understand the real game. The question is, what are you going to do about it? So, there you have it. The truth that the whales don't want you to know. Pi Network isn't just about holding coins and waiting for a price pump. It's about building a new economic ecosystem where pioneers like you can create real value and real wealth. The choice is yours. You can keep being a waiter, hoping someone else will make Pi valuable, or you can become a builder and create value yourself. Remember, the pioneers who act now will have the biggest advantage when Open Mainnet launches. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. If this video opened your eyes to the real Pi Network opportunity, please hit that like button and share it with your fellow pioneers. They need to know this truth too. And don't forget to write Pi Network to the moon along with your country name and flag in the comments below. I love seeing our global Pi community represented. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell because I'll be sharing more insider insights about Pi Network that you won't find anywhere else. Until next time, keep building, keep growing, and remember, the future of Pi Network is in your hands.